Alright everyone, welcome back to the Grin and Share It podcast. My name's Amanda Regan. And this time around, we're deciding to do things a little bit different. We decided just to do individual segments to see how it goes for the future if we ever do want to do kind of like a longer individual personal podcast. We figured we'd try it out with little ones, see how people like it, see how we like it. Today's Wednesday, April 22nd, which means tomorrow, April 23rd, is my birthday. Woo! 23 on the 23rd. But with that being said, this birthday is going to be a little bit different, all considering with quarantine and everything. All I can hope is that maybe my friends and I can all get together on a nice Zoom call and, I don't know, shoot the shit. Like I said, we're all kind of doing our own thing, so my idea was to do the original Instagram questions. I kind of went back and forth with what I actually wanted to talk about, and I figure what better to talk about than what people are actually asking me. So yeah, without further ado, let's just get into it. Let's see. Okay. Alright, first question. Fave memory of Athens. Now this one's hard because, I don't know, there's so many little ones, but the top two would be, one would be Snow Day, and two would be Twilight last year. So, Snow Day 2018, me, Emily, Wiley, Paige, and our friend Jackson. Kevin wasn't in town. I forget why. But it was Snow Day, so work was canceled, school was canceled, and everyone was going out. So, we're leaving, and we get stuck in the elevator because Jackson jumped, and we get stuck in the elevator, but it ended up honestly just being so fun. None of us were worried. I had never been stuck in an elevator before, but we, pressed the call button, and, maintenance guy came, and we had a 30 rack of beer with us, so, everyone was just chilling. I actually, at the time, I was still 20, so I was, nervous that, I don't know, because we were stuck in an elevator that, police were gonna come. So I was really worried, so I wasn't drinking anything because I'm a good Samaritan. But everyone was just chilling, drinking some beer, and then, then we got out. Okay, let's go back to the question. But I think my top favorite day would be Twilight last year because Twilight always falls around this time of year. Actually, I think it would have been this weekend coming up this year because it always falls around my birthday. But last year, all of our friends came in town, and it was for Twilight, the bike race around Athens, but we all decided to sign up for the 5K. It was at 8 a.m., but we were like, you know what, let's just do it. We're gonna, look back at this and love it. And yeah, we just got up, ran the 5K, and then the rest of the day, we just, got ready, and we drank, and then we just went out for the day. And it was just great because we were celebrating my birthday, but it wasn't necessarily, all about me at all, because people came in town for Twilight, but it was okay, let's also, celebrate Amanda's birthday. Me and Emily blew up balloons to put up all around the apartment, and, I think we had gone back to my home, I think the weekend before, or a few days before, and my mom, gave me a little cake and everything, and it was just a really easy weekend of friends being around, and drinking, and doing something easy together, and I don't know, I was really looking forward to that this weekend, just kind of a part two, but you know what, we had that experience and we did that. But yeah, long story long, that's my favorite memory of Athens. And I'll never forget it. Next question, what's your biggest fear? This actually funny, in the question after that, skydive or swim with sharks. So my biggest fear, aside from loneliness, would be sharks. You can't win when it comes to, if you're in the ocean and it's you against a shark, I'm sorry, but you lose. So sharks are my biggest fear, but they're also one of my biggest, fascinations, I guess. So to the next question, skydive or swim with sharks, I think I would choose swim with sharks. I know that's crazy. I would only do, like, cage diving, though. I mean, I know I've seen those, like, horrific videos of, like, the sharks getting into, like, the cage. I don't know, but I think I would do that before skydiving. I definitely do want to skydive, though. But swimming with sharks would be really cool. It would definitely be an adrenaline rush. And the next question, kitties or dogs? Cats, obviously. But you know what? It's funny because, and I saw this comedian do, she was doing a stand-up routine, and she was talking about cat people versus dog people, and how, like, cat people are like, yeah, like, I like cats a lot, but, like, I also love dogs. Like, they're cool, too. And, like, that's how I am, because, like, I have a dog back at home, but I also grew up with cats. So I think if I had to choose one or the other, I'd choose a cat. But, like, obviously, like, I love dogs, too. But the comedian was like, yeah, cat people, like, love dogs, whatever. But then dog people are like, ugh, I'd never touch a cat, like, Satan. And, like, dog people are just so anti-cats. And it's just funny, like, the difference between the two. Anyway, next question. Favorite decade? I don't know. I think I have two. I think for sure, I don't know. Between 80s and 90s, just because the nostalgia of, like, the really good movies that we got out of the 80s and 90s, like, that just depict, like, the best parts of it. I think that's why I would choose that. Probably 90s, I love the fashion. But I've always loved, like, the 50s. 50s seem dope. Except for the fact that it really, I don't know, the social construct of everything that was, like, housewife and just the way, I mean, it's not like I know much, but just, like, how the social aspect of things were, I don't think I'd like that. Whereas, like, 80s and 90s, I feel like people had more of a voice and people were able to be more expressive, especially through music and, again, movies. So 80s or 90s. Top 5 movies. Ooh. This is always hard. And this goes into the next question, too. Top 5 artists. These go hand in hand because I feel like I have a lot of different genres when it comes to movies and artists. But for movies, the Back to the Future series, all-time favorite. Let's see. Oh, Good Will Hunting, obviously. When Harry Met Sally. It's so hard when I'm on the spot like this to think of, like, my favorite movies. I know I'm gonna, like, listen back to this and be like, why didn't I mention this? I mean, Top Gun is up there, for sure. Oh, and then I'd have to say Ferris Bueller's Day Off. That's a good one, too. I don't know. Oh, you know what? And I'm gonna add another one in there. I don't care if it's cliche, The Breakfast Club. There's one, like, I remember there was one, like, it was, like, a period of, like, a few days or, like, even a week where it's quite literally the only movie I watched. Top 5 artists. Again, this is really hard, but The Maine, the 1975, Tame Impala, I don't know, Two Door Cinema Club is up there. I don't know, maybe Portugal the Man. I think that's up there too. Paramore will always have a place in my heart, for sure. Yeah, let's throw them in there too. All these top 5s are becoming top 6s, but that's okay. Favorite country, Italy, hands down. I love every part of it. I would love to settle in and retire in southern Italy. Oh, this is a fun one. Why do you feel keeping friendships from the past are important? This one's kind of deep. Well, not really. It's, you know what, friendships from the past, that's funny because people who I became friends with in the past, if they're still in my life now and, you know, equally on both ends we're both making a point to stay friends, I wouldn't consider it a friendship from the past because it's a friendship right now. No matter where you met them, I'm not gonna throw away a friendship just because, like, oh, we're from the same high school. Like, there's a lot of people I've seen that when they went to college or whatever, they, like, moved on in a way that they kind of just threw everything away from, like, high school. High school and where you're from are just as important as anything else in my eyes. And I wouldn't throw away a friendship just because I met someone in high school. It's funny because all of my best friends now, we did all go to the same high school, but I didn't become as close as I am with them until college because people grow up more. So these friendships from the past, maybe I made them in the past, but they're current friendships. Oh, a very profound question. Does anyone actually like Original Lay's chips? Yes, but that would never be, I don't think that'd ever be someone's first choice because even they make the Original Lay's, but like less salt. So like lightly salted. I'd even choose those before. I don't know. I think they're better. But I think if given the option of a flavored and then regular, I think the mentally sane person would choose the flavored one. This one's fun. What's your dream car? It used to be like a James Bond car, like a Roadster or like the Mercedes SLS AMG where like the doors go up and it's like a really sporty car. Those used to be my thing. But now I'd have to say it would be Tesla because it's literally the best car. It's the smartest car. But on the other side of the spectrum, I would want to have a all-white restored Ford Bronco. Probably from like somewhere in the 1960s or 70s. But yeah, all-white restored Ford Bronco, but then also a Tesla. This one's interesting. What's something you consider to be a masterpiece, art, or otherwise? Wow, someone's a lot more cultured than I am. I mean, aside from like the fucking Colosseum, like, on like a deeper level, something that's like a masterpiece is, I think, creating a life with someone. And I'm not saying like just getting married and having a family, but when I see two people come from nothing and grow together and like make an incredible life for themselves and like do something like that, I don't know. I see that as like a masterpiece or like art, or I don't know about art, but like I see it as something like incredible, and I don't know. I think that's amazing. Like whether that's creating a company or traveling the world together or just doing something good, I think that's a really amazing thing. And I don't know. I guess I'd consider that a masterpiece. Y'all should see me cook pancakes. Those are masterpieces. But as far as time goes, I think that's all I'll answer for the questions. I will say thank you to everyone who has been supporting me and Hannah and Shayla through this podcast. It's interesting to see the people that are coming through and supporting us, and the people who are being just really great about this. And it's really, I don't know, it's showing some true friends. And I know that, you know, some people support without necessarily showing it all the time, but it's really great to see who my really great friends are who are supporting this and just being really kind about it. So with that being said, thanks for listening. If you guys like this kind of individual segment, I think this is something we're looking forward to doing more in the future. Just, you know, with our schedules, if one or the other gets too busy, if we just want to try something new, if one of us has something we're really passionate about that we want to talk about, I don't know. Clearly this is our podcast, so we can do whatever we want with it. So thank you so much for listening. Look forward to Hannah and Shayla's podcast coming soon. And love you so much. Bye-bye.